Hi guys, I'm Scratch, and today we're going to be rounding up all the things that have been confirmed for 1.0. Some of this stuff we have been told is coming, and some of this stuff the community has just spotted in the trailers, and we haven't had official word on what they are yet. I'm going to try my best not to speculate too much on what things might be. Consider this a broad overview where I try and collect a lot of the info together, and I'll link to the relevant videos in the description if you want to dive deeper into each individual part. We finally have Tier 9 confirmed, and so I think this would mean that there's not going to be a Tier 10, as I would have thought they'd announced those two things together, but we don't know yet. But this does mean the end goals have been rebalanced, and we'll have to produce a lot less than we do right now to get through Tier 8. It also means new space elevator parts. We have one confirmed, but we don't know what it's called yet. As well as new space elevator parts, we will be getting many other parts to produce. Eagle-eyed people have spotted a ton in the few shots we've seen of 1.0 so far, including superposition oscillators and some other unknown ones, like this one coming out of the packager. Admittedly, a few of these could just be model updates for currently existing items, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll also be getting new gases, as you can see in these pipes here. We have a green one and a pink one with the same smoky texture we see on the nitrogen gas in game. And with new parts, we need some new places to build them. We've seen one new factory building for sure, and many people are speculating that it's the quantum encoder that we saw in early trailers for Satisfactory, as it bears a striking resemblance to it. I think they're right, but I think we'll get a name change because that's what they've done in the past. Again, people have gone over the trailers frame by frame and spotted other candidates for new buildings. I think the only one we see enough of to say is definitely a new building is this one. People are speculating that it could be some kind of item transporter or teleporter. The next one is one we've been waiting for a long time. We are finally getting belt-fed biomass generators, so they can now be automated. We're still going to have to run around like madmen with chainsaws collecting biomass, but at least we won't have to hand feed the generators. But that's not all the changes with power in 1.0. Fuel generators are getting a big boost and will now produce 250 megawatts instead of 150 for the same amount of fuel. This means you'll need a lot less generators to produce the same amount of power, or we can produce way more power for the same amount of fuel. As a player, I really love the aesthetics in game, so I'm super excited to see new buildables that they have added to 1.0. These have only been spotted in the background of the trailers and we have no official word on what they are. We've seen this fence and this barrier, and it's got my brain whirring on how we can use them to beautify our factories. We've all seen this gold pipe in the background of the 1.0 toilet flush trailer. We don't know how we'll be able to use this in game, and if there's any more cosmetic options being added. With Lumen in game, having the lights reflect off this golden pipe will look amazing. Two things that will also look amazing are the new hub interior and the model update for the Pioneer. I don't think these will be the only two models getting updated though, and I'm sure we'll see many little animation cleanups. Dedicated servers are also finally getting the love they deserve, with an easier process to set them up and a lot of bug fixes. There is a ton of technical information and jargon that I do not understand for this one, so I'll link you to Snut's video if you want to get more info on this. There's always a ton of quality of life improvements in every update they do. We don't know what's coming for this in 1.0. All we know is that Snut has said that he wouldn't be able to go back to playing Update 8 after playing 1.0, and there will be some minor improvements to the build system. For those among us that like to go big, you'll be glad to hear that there will be a lot of optimizations for how the game runs added in 1.0. The long and the short of it is the game will run more smoothly and means we can build even bigger factories before the frame rate completely tanks. There's a lot of little technical details to this one, so again I'll link to Snut's video if you want more of the details. I'm super looking forward to seeing what the story for the game is, but Coffee Stain have said that it's not going to be a big part of the game.
Yeah, look, like, you do need to take some story steps to complete the game. Yes, you can't completely skip it, but it's not like in your face or anything like that. You know, like it's still factory building game for the most part.
We've had a few recipe changes announced, including how they are changing the recipes that use beacons, and others like computers and heavy modular frames. We don't know if these are the only recipe changes we're going to be getting. We'll obviously get new recipes for the new items, but we'll probably have to wait until we play 1.0 to get all the new recipes. They have also moved around what stage things get unlocked. The big one being that trains will be unlocked a lot earlier, meaning we can get the jump on starting up large-scale logistic networks earlier in the game. This one is the main reason you're probably going to want to start over for 1.0. For the most part, when they've moved a node that you had a miner on, it would still function, but not in 1.0. Basically, this is because they're not moving the nodes, they're deleting old ones and adding brand new ones, as well as changing the purity of them. If you want to keep your old save running, it'll take a lot of moving miners and reworking logistics to get them up and running again. I'm not going to go over all the changes, but I'll link to a video that does here. And last, but definitely not least, we have the release date of September 10th, and I'm hoping to go live and stream here on YouTube that day. So if you want to come and check out my first impressions of 1.0, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I go live. I know that's not everything we know about 1.0, but if I've missed anything you think's important, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to get ready for 1.0 by brushing up on your factory design skills, why not check out this video? I've been Scratch, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.